Hi, it's Alice and I'm in my violin studio, and today I'm going to talk about the G major 3-octave scale. This is frequently the first 3-octave scale that you have to do. It starts on a G, which is the lowest note on the instrument, so consequently when you get up to the top of the scale, it's not as high as the other scales would take you. So, and also G major is really comfortable for us because us violinists, we like G major, D major, A major. Those are the major keys of our open strings, and it's a comfort zone. I am not going to talk much about intonation, which is a thorny issue on scales, but I have 10 minutes and I'm having trouble keeping my comments within 10 minutes. So intonation, good luck. I may eventually do another clip on that subject. What I'm going to do is play you my favorite 3-octave scale, and I'll show you what publication I use. This is the Ivan Galamian Contemporary Violin Technique. This is actually a 2-volume set, and this edition came out a long time ago. I'm sure there's a more recent edition. It's a little bit pricey if you're studying at a university or college level. It's a pretty standard. It's kind of the Bible of the scales now. If you're not at university or college, use whatever you have. There's lots of scales. I'm just going to play this for you. Okay. No, I'm going to start that one again. What makes Ivan Galamian's scale a little bit unique is that he added that curlicue at the beginning and the end, so that the scale becomes, instead of, scales are 8 notes, so usually we have 8-note patterns and they're a bit awkward. This way we have a 12-note pattern, and you can work on your scales and you can slur them by 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12, 14, 96, you name it. There are other forms. You may have like that. You may have détaché. Although we don't do plain détaché so much when it's 3 octaves, because it tends to go on and on for a while. It doesn't matter what form you're following. The important thing is bow strokes. Make sure every bow stroke is exactly the same spot. Put a felt marker. No, don't. But imagine you know where you started and you know where you ended, and every bow stroke has to be identical, because otherwise you're going to be messing with the rhythm. If you're using short bow strokes, measure it with a ruler, and you got to know how many millimeters long those bow strokes are, and don't change them, because you'll get in trouble. And if you're doing your scale for an audition or something, you'll get it will be noticed. Trust me, I've been there. I've been on the audition, on the panel side doing exams, and it doesn't sound good if your bow length isn't regular. So that's important. We look for regularity of bow stroke, quality of sound, intonation. Did I say sound? Quality of sound? Okay, anyway, you can guess that stuff. It's basic. The real issue for a 3-octave scale is that you have to get up into the stratosphere a little bit, and then that's maybe a challenge, but the real challenge is getting back. So that's what we got to do. I'm just going to keep on with my favorite 4 notes in one bow Galamian scale, which you may notice it gives me 2 beats per bow stroke. 1, 2. So that allows me to operate, because if you're doing 3-octave scales, you should hopefully be aware that the mechanism that your arm is, how it's moving in the bottom half of the bow, is a little bit different. I don't know if you can see me. At the upper half, it's more forearm, right? And from the middle to the bottom, you've actually got to have this joint liberated a little bit, and the whole arm going up and down. Right, so by having 2 beats in each bow stroke, you have time to kind of, there's the bottom half, top half, bottom half, right? And that will help you have balance and rhythm and good sound. Okay, shifting. Okay, we've got to go to third position. Your fingering might be different. You might be going on a different string. Doesn't matter. Same thing, right? Third position shouldn't be giving you much grief at this point if you're doing a 3-octave scale. So I'm going to assume you made that okay. Now you're going to need to go up one more position, or actually two. The fingering I like goes up to 5th, and then we use an extension to hit the 6th position at the top, because you got to go up to 6th position for a G major scale. So from 3rd, we got to go to 5th. And now I'm stuck, right? I need 6th. So what do? Extension. Leave the 3rd finger where it is, because if you move it, you'll be lost and you'll be up the creek. Leave that. Don't move the back of your hand. An extension is not a shift. It's only the finger reaches and then pulls back. Okay, now the thing you need to know about, this is, I think, the pivotal information that makes a 3rd octave scale succeed or fail, is you need to realize when you're playing in the lower areas, 0 to 3, 1 to 3, I guess, you have what Galamian calls double contact. If you ever read the Galamian book on violin playing, and I think it was called Playing the Violin as I Teach It. Anyway, it's on playing and teaching. Double contact, base of the index and the side of the thumb, right? That's where you touch the violin between 1st really and 4th positions. Once you get into 5th, however, you run into the ribs. So at that point, you lose the contact with the base of the index, and the side of your hand has contact with ribs. So now you still have double contact, but it's the thumb and the side of your hand. Okay, so it's pretty easy to get up there. The trick is getting back, because then when you go back below 5th position, you have to, whoops, you got to come back to that contact with the base of the index finger. So, see here, no contact. Now I'm just gonna, and then that shift backwards from 5th to 3rd. Lift, your whole arm comes up, the back of your hand pulls back, and you actually drag your fingers. And now because you've got the contact back with the base of the finger, you can kind of slide backwards on that. It's like a monorail track. Okay, so one more time. 6th position, you retract to 5th. Now we need to get that contact back here. Now lift and pull back. Okay, and make sure that your thumb moves with your fingers, because in a shift the thumb stays with the fingers. You would never do that where your fingers go back and your thumb stays stuck, okay? Because then you're not in a position anymore. You're just lost, and it's going to be a train wreck. Okay, so hopefully that covered the essentials, and will help you prepare your scales for fun and profit. No, have fun with that. See you soon.